From starting as one of Google's first employees to becoming the most well-known woman in tech, Susan Wojcicki is now leaving YouTube after nearly a decade as CEO. I'm sure you have many questions about her exit, who succeeds her, and what YouTube might look like in the near future. So let's get right into it. Now, she's been the defining force of the platform as we know it. Wojcicki became the CEO of YouTube in 2014, succeeding Salar Kamangar. Before her role at YouTube, she'd worked at Google since 1999 and played a key role in the development of Google's advertising business. During her time as CEO, Wojcicki oversaw significant growth at YouTube. I mean, we've all witnessed the boom of the platform under her reign. YouTube's user base expanded, and the number of videos being uploaded increased exponentially. Heck, it even kickstarted the whole vlogging and influencer phenomenon. So much so that in 2019, it was reported that YouTube had over 2 billion monthly active users. Wojcicki also led several major acquisitions, such as the purchase of Twitch in 2014, and then the development of YouTube Red, later rebranded as YouTube Premium in 2015. She informed staff members through email that YouTube published on February 16. Wojcicki has worked for Google for close to 25 years, but it's time to hang up the gloves now. In her own words, she's stepping down to begin a new chapter centered on her family, health, and passion projects. Longer term, she'll serve as an advisor for Google and Alphabet, providing advice and direction for the two companies' portfolio of enterprises. So, who's next, you ask? Well, the Chief Operating Officer of YouTube, Neil Mohan, will take over as CEO of the online video platform. Mohan joined YouTube in 2015 and has since been one of Wojcicki's top lieutenants ever since. He also spent several years as Google's Senior Vice President of Display and Video Ads, and his resume is quite impressive, with lots of advertising experience too. Susan is all praise for him, mentioning in her statement how Mohan played pivotal roles in creating a number of YouTube products. That includes YouTube TV, YouTube Music, Premium, and Shorts. Plus, he also oversaw the trust and safety team at the organization. Oh, and it's not all cold turkey yet. Wojcicki will support Mohan and help with the transition in the near future. I can imagine that the handover won't be easy. By the way, this guy is quite wanted in the tech scene. Like when Twitter was attempting to establish itself in the world 12 years ago, users weren't overly enthusiastic about the social media site. David Rosenblatt, a board member at Twitter who'd worked with Mohan before, persuaded the CEO to hire him as Chief Product Officer. At first, Mohan appeared ready to take the position, but Google wasn't going to let him go. They offered him a $100 million stock incentive in exchange for staying. Safe to say, that decision was simple. Also, while his duties at YouTube take up most of this time, he's also a board member at two other firms. Which ones? 23andMe and Stitch Fix. But let's look back at Susan's glory days. Wojcicki's relationship with Google really began before she started working there. It was when she rented out a garage to business founders Sergey Brin and Larry Page in 1998. Yep, that's where it all started. She joined Google formally in 1999 when Brin and Page started developing the search engine, and later encouraged the business to purchase YouTube in 2006. The resignation of Wojcicki also carries significance for Google and technology in general. She's long been one of the incredibly few women running a tech giant. And of course, the fact that she played a crucial role in creating Google. How often do we hear that? She made it a priority to make YouTube more approachable to marketers, while also trying to control the sizable and unruly group of video producers that drove the site. As CEO of YouTube, Wojcicki routinely spoke with creators and addressed their issues with the site, so it made sense that she spoke to them directly following her resignation. In a different note that was supposed to be posted to the YouTube creators blog, she called it a highlight of her job to be able to speak to them and get their feedback. Isn't that the mark of a great leader? Someone who hears people out, takes their feedback, and goes back to fix things. But even then, YouTube had its fair shares of ups and downs. Every single day, people stream more than 1 billion hours of video on YouTube. With so many viewers, the platform clearly has a significant impact. So while YouTube has helped launch the careers of creatives, it's also housed a slew of misinformation and conspiracy theories along the way. On its winding journey from a dwarfish company to an online juggernaut, it brought happiness, but also caused disasters in the real world. So naturally, Wojcicki also faced a number of challenges during her tenure. YouTube has been criticized for its handling of controversial content, like all the conspiracy theories and hate speech. The platform has also faced criticism for its treatment of creators and its algorithm, which has been accused of promoting harmful content. In response to these challenges, Wojcicki implemented several changes to the platform. In 2019, YouTube introduced a new policy that prohibited videos promoting hate speech or white supremacism. The company also pledged to prioritize authoritative sources resources in its search and recommendation algorithms. Also, Wojcicki launched a number of initiatives to support creators, including the YouTube Partner Program, which allows creators to monetize their content.
If you're monetizing, in YouTube Studio, the monetization page at the channel level will provide you with a monetization overview.
Before you can earn money on your channel, you need an audience. Now, to build an audience, you need to make consistent videos that viewers really like watching. And like anything on YouTube, it's important that your videos follow YouTube's community guidelines. After that's all working for you, you can apply to join the YouTube Partner Program, or YPP, which lets creators monetize their videos on YouTube.
I'd say her legacy at YouTube is a mixed one. She oversaw significant growth at the platform and made efforts to address some of its most pressing issues. The platform often drew criticism from both insiders and outsiders, who claimed that the company wasn't doing enough to stop objectionable content. Then, video creators claimed that YouTube's algorithm changes and moderation decisions made it difficult for them to make a living. So yes, while the platform continues to face backlash for its handling of controversial content and treatment of its creators, she's still widely credited with helping to transform YouTube into the media giant it is today. Now, what's next for YouTube? The million-dollar question. As for the future of the platform, I think only time will tell how much of an impact Wojcicki's departure will have. Her successor, Neil Mohan, as I mentioned, is a longtime Google executive who previously served as YouTube's chief product officer, so he knows what he's in for. Mohan has a deep understanding of the platform and its challenges, and he's expected to continue Wojcicki's efforts to address the pressing issues. If you ask me, YouTube will likely face continued scrutiny and criticism as it continues to navigate the complex and rapidly evolving landscape of online media. The platform continues to rule online on-demand video, but recently it's had a fight with fierce rivalry from platforms like TikTok. Also, YouTube's scale has made it difficult to use. Not to forget that some of the changes they've made over time have enraged and alienated both its user base and the creators. Maybe the biggest threat for the platform right now is short-form content supporting apps like TikTok. Despite all that, it's time to acknowledge that Susan did an amazing job in her tenure. Anyone who owned stock in Alphabet was satisfied with Susan Wojcicki's management of YouTube. It increased from $8 billion of ad revenue in 2017 to $29 billion in 2018, which is astounding considering that advertisers boycotted the year's majority of 2017. Neil has big shoes to fill, and that's all I've got for you on YouTube's future after Susan.
Advertisers see it as a good platform for us to do.
Using her personal experience and powerful platform.
The best piece of advice I've gotten is not to be defensive when people give me feedback.
Well, I think you guys could help.
That's what we're trying. We're trying.
Although work time can resemble playtime here, family time is serious.
I don't have to tell you that they are a multi-billion-dollar video sharing platform, and I certainly don't have to
I realize there's a whole new wave of storytelling, and